Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, you are coming for the update. And okay, so last update was pretty big, not gonna lie. Um, Overall, it was kind of nice. This update is also bringing a lot. I mean, this is big. Again, this is going to be the patch notes. This will be coming out and it will be pushed to the consoles on December 21st. I'm going to link the patch notes down below as well as other places. So, if you want to read along, for sure do. If you know how I do these videos, I'm not going to read every word of this document. I'm going over the big points and kind of giving my impressions on it. So, you know me, I'm not super duper in depth. I just like to skim over and give thoughts. So, well, I guess to start off, I hope you guys are doing well. I just finished my second to last semester of college, and it was quite busy. So, anyways, to continue. So, this is the December update. First up is the Massachusetts, the Tier 7 USS Massachusetts. And if you know anything about the Massachusetts, it is a full secondary build battleship on the PC version. It is basically the Alabama, but with, I guess, more efficient secondaries, longer range, more accurate, so and so. It can be a pretty big nuisance. It has some pretty fast reloading heals as well. So that is going to be our next campaign ship. However, something that's different about this one, which I think is kind of nice, is this is going to be a longer campaign. 120 milestones, so most campaigns are like 90 to 100. So a little bit longer, which, you know, I'm fine with. You know, the stuff that's in there is probably going to be worth it as well. Something else to look at on top of that is the Tier 4 cruiser Yahagi, a Japanese cruiser. So you're essentially going to get 2 tiers of premium ships in this campaign, which I think is a super good deal. Everyone always asks me, is this a good deal? Is this a good deal? I always say that for the resources, it's always a good deal anyways. However, with this, I know a lot of people probably still don't have premium tiers for all the premium weekly missions. Here you're getting Tier 7 and you're getting Tier 4 for the price of 2,500 doubloons, and you get doubloons back throughout the campaign. How much? You get 750 doubloons back, so this is a super insane deal, guys. Definitely go over it when you get to see it into the game on the 21st, but I would highly recommend. Massachusetts sounds like a lot of fun as well. Okay, coming up next, I'm a bit hesitant on this next part. So, Icebreaker coins. This is going to be kind of like the Sakura coins. I think, in my opinion, for this update, we've tried many activities in the store, items to new, or we've tied many new temporary currencies to the store. So, these will be used for Admiralty goods, which we all have already known, legendary ship rentals, and a special Tier 7 Soviet battleship, the the Lenin. We are getting the Tier 7 Soviet battleship, the Lenin, which, if you don't know, is basically Nelson that mated with a Russian mother. It's just a Nelson but Russian. So yeah, take that how you will. So yeah, biggest thing there is going to be the legendary ship rentals with these Icebreaker coins. That is pretty insane. Okay, how you can learn, or how you can earn these Icebreaker coins? Well, by opening the Super Santa containers, you get 250 each. So the Sakura was the same way. If you opened up a crate back then, last December, you would get the Sakura points as well. So you get 250 each for that. And unless, quote unquote, unless it's a supersize, we'll get more into that in a second. Reaching ranks 11, 5, and 1 in the new ranked battle seasons. So it says up to 6,600, or no, 6,000. So I assume that they're saying you can get 6,000 through the ranked, which is not bad. And then completing the Icebreaker Havoc missions once you're done with the campaign, up to 9,000 if you buy out the campaign on day 1, or up to 3,000 if you finish the campaign in the pre-estimated week. Okay. Playing legendary ships or against them up to 1,600 a week, for a total of 9,600. So I like that. There's a lot of different ways to earn these kind of credits here. I like that. The only thing that I don't see here is how much the linen is going to cost for these credits. I assume it's going to be quite expensive if you are here for the Rust and Rumble event and Halloween for the Ognivoy. The Ognivoy was pretty dang expensive in my opinion. Oh wow, it says it right here. With that in mind, we want to share an important disclaimer about the linen. Okay, so here we go. She costs 25,000 coins, which means that it is not possible to obtain her for free. You will either have to purchase some Super Santa containers or buy out the campaign so you have the initial population of this beast. However, this does not mean that linen will never appear in the game again. Okay. By our estimations, if you don't purchase anything and try to complete every activity that rewards you with Icebreaker coins, you'll be able to earn about 17,000. Okay, so she costs 25,000, and if you are through all the free stuff, you can get around 17,000. So that's not, you know, obviously what they're trying to do is be like, hey, this is gonna be kind of rare. You might want to buy it, but they also said that this isn't going to be the only time that it's coming back. So, in my opinion, I'm not sure how much money I'll be spending on this. So if I don't get the linen, I am definitely not spending money to get it. I'll be okay. I'll survive. So it's nice that they put that in there, though. They put it in bold here. It is not possible to obtain her for free. So, you know, at least they're being honest. That's nice. And there is a new Cape Bureau project, or North Cape, I mean. So there's a new Bureau project, kind of like the little smaller ones that gives you like little camos and whatnot, like nothing super crazy. Okay, you guys can read that, you know, on your own time. So, the next legendary ships, I know everyone's waiting for this. So during this update, you will be able to take the reins of 3 legendary tier ships that aren't even available in the Bureau yet. Okay, so this might be like a testing phase? They're not in the Bureau yet. I assume that's okay. For 1,500 Icebreaker coins, you'll be able to get to sling HE shells from one of the larger light cruisers, USS Worcester. Enjoy the well-rounded gunboat, USS Gearing, or succumb to battleship, oh god, battleship Pyromania with the HMS Conqueror. The only special rules for these rentals is that they will be removed from your accounts on February 1st. You cannot create permanent camouflages, and any XP you earn for them will be transferred to Tier 1, so like what they do. 200,000 service cost. One of the last fact of great importance is that you'll be able to use these ships to earn back the Icebreaker coins you spend on them and even make some extra. So that goes back to playing the legendary matches. And is this like combo, before we get into the 3 legendaries, this Kava game, this is my first combo with, or Kraken with the Kava, first Kava with the Kraken. This ship is nuts. I mean, you can just, it favors, it is heavily favored in the legendary tier matchmaking right now. It is an absolute beast of a ship. This next game is going to be very close as well, I think. So if we finish the patch notes, I'll get into that. But Kava is going to be coming up next very shortly. Okay, excuse me. So let me move the controller here. Oh god, so we have the USS Worcester, we have the Conqueror, and we have the gearing. Okay, so let's start with the good. Okay. The gearing. The gearing is something that Legendary tier needs because it is a cap-focused, anti-DD focused ship. As much fun as Kava has been for me, it is not an objective player. As much, you know, fun as people have with, you know, Shimakaze is not an objective player. So what is the last thing that, you know, is being, you know, played on in Legendary tier? It's the objective, because you have battleships with super long range like the Yamato and GK. No one wants to push, and USS Gearing is going to change that, and I like that because Gearing is an absolute manhandle. Just think Fletcher, but better. And right here, I was being an idiot. I was trying to see my reload because I forgot it. I think it's like 4.5 on this build. So I am excited for the USS Gearing. I know 0 stats for it. Coming up next, and I'm going to get to probably my least favorite last. So I guess you can assume. Coming up next is the Conqueror. What do I think about the Conqueror? Well, it's probably going to have its super heal from PC, and it's probably going to be like a KGV of Legendary tier. It is going to probably smack everything. Like, smack everything. I'm going to get it. Obviously, these things aren't too expensive, which is another thing I'll get into. 1,500 Icebreaker coins do not sound that difficult to obtain, especially when you get 17,000 in total. That's not a lot to rent these ships for a whole month and a half, almost. So I think Conqueror is going to be pretty dang strong. And but again, I don't have any, you know, it's KGV on absolute steroids. So, okay, now my least favorite, the Worcester. Look, I'll be the first one to tell you guys that I think destroyers in this game have largely benefited for a long time, but I will also be the first one to tell you that cruisers have been power creeping the shit out of this game for quite some time now, and it started with Chapayev getting EOP, and then since then cruisers have just been getting buffed. Cleveland right now is the most broken ship in the game. If played well, you can easily average a 70% win rate in a ship like that solo if you know what you're doing, which is actually insane. 100% broken. And Worcester is basically just better. You know, it has a different turret configuration and, you know, barrel configuration on the turrets, but the reload makes it to where the DPM is higher. It's kind of like Helena to Cleveland. You lose a turret on to Cleveland, but your reload's faster, so your DPM is overall higher. That's basically the Worcester. So Cleveland on steroids, which I think is the absolute last thing this game needs, is more HE spam. So yeah, then there's one more thing about the HE spam that we'll get into later, but those are the 3 legendary ships, the Worcester, the Conqueror, and the Gearing. I'm really excited about, the Gearing. Conqueror is probably going to be a lot of fun, probably broken, and the Worcester I will make sure to play pretty extensively and try to give as much feedback as possible on, because it does not, we don't need this HE stuff to take over the game any more than it does. So these are probably the test events for them. So best thing we can do here is give the best feedback that we can, and I'm going to be doing a lot of that. So next up, Santa containers. This isn't too. Ooh, there's a big thing in here. Okay. So we boosted the containers in comparison to last year. There are some special ships that will be only available from these containers. The Asashio, okay, so we can get the Asashio from last year, and the Japanese battleship, the Key. Now, I don't know the Key. I would if I saw it. I have definitely seen it on PC, but I can't remember it when it comes to mind. And there is a fairly minuscule chance of this happening. But if you do receive a year of premium or 100,000 doubloons, it's not a glitch. You've lucked out on a super prize. So there's like a lottery this year with super containers. You can get either a year of premium or 100,000 doubloons. That's actually really cool. That's pretty dope. I hope to see that on Reddit and stuff like that. People freaking out. Like, that's really awesome. That's really cool. I really want to see someone win that. I really hope it's not me because I don't need it. Let's see here. Reading through that. Oh, that's just the Santa container. Nothing crazy there. All right, rank season 9. For me. Whoa! Oh, we are pitting 5-player teams against each other. So 5v5. The first team on the losing team, or the first player on the losing team, won't keep a star. Wow, that's interesting. So, what tier is this? Did it say? What tier is this? What tier? Tell me what tier. What tier is this? First player, won't keep star. Teams are comprised of 5 ships. Divisions up to 2 players are allowed. Destroyers, 1 per team. I must be going crazy. What tier is this? Trap, North, Land of Fire. There are 16 ranks. It does not tell you what tier it is. I assume it's tier 5 though, because if we're going to North, Land of Fire, and Trapped at least. Okay, so new ranked. I swear it doesn't tell you what tier it is though. Okay, okay, yeah, this is big for the HE part here. The fire meta game and battleship. Suffering, they are acknowledging that battleships are getting pummeled pretty quickly. And so let's get into this. A battleship commander receives a new legendary skill. Fight fire with fire. It automatically stops the effect of all damage that's caused over time on your battleship whenever there are 3 concurrent fires and damage control party is either on cooldown or depleted. So if you don't have a damage con and you're running this perk or whatever, if you collect 3 fires on your ship, it will, I think, just negate all damage, or at least put them out. I'm not sure. The emergency specialist skill. So they buff some of the anti-fire stuff. I'm not going to read into them too heavily. I'm going to actually go over the biggest one right now because I want to get back to this game right here. This is a crazy game. Equilibrium of power. Okay, so when using this skill, the chances of fire will be reduced by 50%. Thank God, this is what has needed to happen for 7 months now. Boys, we've done it. Okay, we've done it, alright. Alright, so EOP is effectively getting somewhat balanced. You're gaining reliable pin, and your fire chance is being cut in half. We effectively have PC IFHE. That is great. I love that. I seriously love that. So I guess going back to Worcester, does that nerf Worcester and Cleveland? I mean, it nerfs Worcester and Cleveland a little bit for sure. I mean, it is a direct nerf to the fire chance, but the ships itself, their AP is still really good. Their HE will still be really, really good. So I think Worcester is going to absolutely dominate still. Cleveland will still dominate, but it is a more balanced EOP version for sure, so that's amazing. Balance changes here. Continuing to fine-tune the Italian cruiser line and tweak their smoke generators. So the smoke cooldown has been reduced from 240 seconds to 180, so the Italians are still pointless to play. It's going to take them probably 3 updates to get around to actually fixing everything. They need to fix the sap, they need to add the sap, they also need to fix the duration of the smoke screen as well. So, but I won't lie, the consumable reload for the smoke screen was long, so they're changing that, which is fine. I mean, I guess I don't really care about the Italian chips until they get sap. A big one here, to populate both Tier 7 and Legendary tier games, we've slightly decreased service costs for Tier 7, down from 160,000 credits to 136,000. Now, if you know me, I think this is a horrible idea. But also, I have noticed that Tier 7 is being kind of rolled over by Legendary already. So, I mean, at this point in the game, I don't think it's the best idea, but it's coming. There's nothing we can do about it. If you don't know me, I first started playing this game last year, and my first Tier 7 was the Iowa. I made a complaint post on the Reddit saying, I can't make any money, I want to grind the new Iowa that I got, but I also want to work towards other ships. This sucks. And lo and behold, T-Bull actually commented on it and said players like this should not be playing at Tier 7. And I was like, wow, that sucked to hear. But you know what? I kept playing and I kept getting better, and now I 100% agree with T-Bull in saying that if you cannot make money at Tier 7, then go elsewhere to make money. And to me, Tier 7 and Legendary tier they're not built for making money. They're built for competition. You're trying to play the best of the best with the best of the best in the game. So now this will give gateway to, people to continue to play Legend or Tier 7 when they are probably not prepared for it, especially with a lot of campaign ships being Tier 7. That's going to be able to, the average player is going to be able to make more at Tier 7, which will encourage them to play it more, which will probably decrease the player skill already. You get where I'm going. It's nothing against the people that aren't, good at the game yet. I mean, we're all there. It's not to say that you're bad, you shouldn't be playing this tier, but it's just like, you just go learn some more. It's fine. We were all terrible at some point. I was terrible at some point, but I got better, and now I think that it's the complete opposite. I don't want people who don't know how to play the game at the highest tier. It just kind of dilutes everything. So that's my little rant on that. Ooh, bug fixes. We fixed Mogami's second turret, which was behaving strangely when elevated over the first turret. I don't know if that solves the little issue with the firing angle, but that's interesting. We'll have to see that out. And honestly, that is about it. So yeah, big update, guys. Honestly, the biggest thing is EOP, 50% chance of fire. Decrease, and then we have the Worcester, the Conqueror, and the gearing coming that we're going to be able to try out for all these coins. That's pretty dope. I'm worried to see how good these ships are, because if they are overpowered, then they are going to power creep Tier 7 pretty hard. And Tier 7 service costs going down to 136. Sucks to suck, guys, but it's happening. Really does suck. I think people just need to stick with it and get better. That's what everyone else has done. And yeah, honestly, Massachusetts as well for the Tier 7 campaign. Bama with secondary build seems pretty interesting. But I mean, that's a lot considering the update that we just got last year. Wow, I'm out of it. Sorry guys, I finished finals and my days have been just awful. Finishing off of last month's update, this is quite considerable. So bravo to you guys at Wargaming. Thank you guys for putting out the content as well. And again, if we want to see change in the game, it's our duty to give feedback and proper feedback. So here's to that. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for the patch notes. Again, they'll be down in the description below. As this game is coming to a close, this is a really close game. If you're looking at it, I didn't even realize that it was a 1v4 because I had forgot, because it was right about here. I was like, oh man, I could probably win this, you know. But it wouldn't be a solo warrior. But I forgot that I had just killed the what's it called? The Jean Bart. So basically what's going on here is we have a points advantage, but they're getting into that cap, and there's no way that I'll be able to survive both of these guys. This was a really weird game. Both of these games for the Khabarovsk, one was a beatdown, and this one was going pretty close. The 6-kilometer torpedoes for this thing do suck a lot sometimes, because you see them go out like 102 meters or so before they hit a target, and it's like, oh, you kidding me? So as time is expiring here, I know that they won't cap the base. We're at a points lead, and I could reset them easily right here, so we are good to go. This is going to be the GGs, and this is going to be my first solo warrior in the Khabarovsk. This ship is dope, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed me going over my thoughts. Again, if you want to form your own conclusions, go look at the patch notes yourself. So anyways, guys, I will see y'all next time, and hopefully doing a stream soon featuring all this stuff, and we can talk about it. But anyways, like I said, I love you guys. Y'all take it easy. Peace.